everyone, and welcome to Portal 64, your gateway to the coming storm. I'm your host, David, and today we're reacting to RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 5, The Coming Storm. Apologies for the late Chapter 4 reaction. That was kind of my bad, mixed with, like, Thanksgiving just being a crazy week overall. So, with that being said, let's get started with this episode, and I'll have the link down in the description down below to watch it on the Rooster Teeth site, and you should definitely check out Vitalcast number 63 to hear my thoughts on this episode and the previous of the volume. And, yeah, let's just get it started in 3, 2, 1.
Do you have my information?
Oh. Man, black screen, but volume always gonna be worse.
Little Miss always delivers. Although I can't promise you'll be pleased. Word is they were seen boarding the August Limited a few weeks back. Well, that isn't exactly far from here.
Wait.
Argus is rarely a destination for folks.
She went back?
Chances are they'll be going straight to
Atlas.
Yeah, Cinder went back? I thought...
You know, you turned out to be quite the interesting customer. Cinder.
I mean, with the messed up eye like that,
It's not often a single client brings me double the business.
Okay, yeah, that... I thought they were doing, like, a remix of...
Wait.
Yes! Oh! Yes! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She is stunning.
Put away the good glasses.
She is stunning.
What are
Oh
you doing?
Oh my gosh. She's probably like, what are you doing? This is revenge for Roman and him being killed by a Grimm, which you brought. Ooh. Oh my gosh. This choreography is amazing. Yes, using the environment, yes! Oh my gosh, the martial artist in me is going nuts with this. Dude, I just love how Neo dances around attacks. Gosh, going a little firebender, are we?
That's enough, ladies! I love dinner and a show, but it's time to take it outside.
Okay, okay, just go outside and then you can continue fighting.
Nice trick.
I wonder how
You've
you...
gotten stronger. So have I.
Oh boy. Whoa. She brought out the hat.
I don't have time for your misplaced blame, girl. I didn't kill your boss. If you want revenge, take it up with Little Red.
No. This is going the opposite of how I said my theory would go. My theory would have been Neo chased Team Ranger down in Volume 4. Then they pretty much said what Cinder said, but put the blame on Cinder.
Listen! We both want that girl dead.
Oh my gosh. This is turning out to be the opposite of my theory.
Quit wasting your time fighting me. And let's discuss how we kill her together.
Oh, great. Neo, you should just get out.
Okay then. Let's talk.
Neo, just get out. Oh yeah, she can't talk. Like, can't talk here. Man, that is such the... They took my theory and they twist it. Because, if anything, RWBY would have put the blame on Cinder because of the
The
Grimm.
empty towns I passed through were all damaged or
dang it.
unfinished. But this place looks fine.
No signs of Grimm.
Maybe everyone left in a hurry before things took a turn.
You're gonna have to bust that door.
Stay on guard.
If the door's locked, they might still be inside. And if you break the door open, they might be expecting you.
Close
Close the door already.
You're not even
Cold
inside.
enough in here as it is.
I wonder if this is Maria's house by any chance. I saw a picture in the background. It sort of looks
I saw
like
a chimney from the outside.
Toph.
Maybe we could get a fire going? Please, I'll look for some blankets.
Yang, go with her.
All right.
Looks like a
Okay, so there's some family pictures.
library.
I mean, obviously it's a wealthy family to own a farm. Okay, it's the person by the person in the yellow hat that I think I saw that reminded me
What
of
do you
Toph.
think?
Something doesn't feel right.
Let's look for some.
Weiss!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is it a body? Oh my gosh. They're dead. But they died in their sleep? Is there a sickness? Thanks, Blake. It's rare to see Blake kind of being team mom.
It's the same in every house.
What?
Bodies. Every bed in every home.
Is this gonna be like a
It's
Serenity
like the whole
situation?
estate just went to sleep and never woke up.
Then we're not staying here, right?
We don't have a choice. Storm outside's only getting worse. We'd freeze to death before we made it anywhere.
But how
Well,
do they?
might as well get comfortable.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Marie.
fat chance.
How is
Hey,
she
Ben, Let's
so
do
calm?
something. If this place wasn't abandoned, it might still have supplies we could use.
Hey, yeah, maybe even a car.
I'll do another sweep
Maybe.
of the grounds.
With that many people
No
living
one
there.
else goes anywhere alone.
Yang and I can search the other buildings for vehicles.
Fine.
Buddy system.
Whatever gets me out of this house.
Yang. Yang. Why? You just let Blake do nice things. Oh, Weiss.
Food always makes me feel better. Just saying.
Right.
Man,
I'll tell you what.
this episode has a
You
lack of
keep
music,
that fire fed,
but it's given like a very
and
human
I'll find us a
feel.
story to read before bed.
Man, both of you are not properly clothed for the winter. Gosh, I wouldn't even left the living room if I was. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm a weak person to the snow.
Something tells me that's not street legal.
It still has wheels. Might at least go 40 miles per hour.
What do you think happened here?
There's that well in the square. Maybe water contamination?
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly, but
Hey,
people
are
would have
you
got
okay?
sick first.
Yeah. I mean, no. But, I don't know. I'm just tired.
Talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
Just
Hey, I found
Don't-
something.
yeah. It's remind me of Genoa days. What the?
What is it?
In that short flash, it
I
looked
was
like
just
his.
seeing things.
It looked like
I'm
his
sorry.
old outfit. Must be PTSD.
I still get flashes from that night. Do you think Adam's still out there?
I don't know. If he went back to the White Fang, there would have been serious consequences. But he never really liked people telling him what to do. Adam's strong, but his real power comes from control. He used to get in my head, make me feel small. But now I see he just wanted to pull me down to his size. Hey, I'm not leaving. And if we ever see him again, I promise I'll be there.
Oh,
I'll protect you.
this is the team support.
What?
What?
No.
Forget it. Let's just head back.
Just let
But
Blake
what
do
about- We're
nice
fine.
things.
We can hook
Hashtag
it,
let
flip it up
Blake
to
do
Bumblebee in the
nice-
morning. Should carry everyone. Mission accomplished.
Yang doesn't want to feel like she's a burden, so that's why saying she wants "I'll protect you" is not the best thing to say to her. Just hashtag let Blake do nice things.
There. On second thought, maybe we should keep this room closed.
Huh?
I'm just not sure how well my uncle's taking all of this.
Oh,
Come on. We'll never get to Atlas on an empty
it's
stomach.
the alcohol. Yeah, cellar might not be the best place. First I thought she was talking about like, oh, you know, creepy basements. But
Are we really still going to Atlas? Why wouldn't we be?
I mean,
he just escaped.
you heard what Jen said. If there's no way to kill Salem, then what's the point in all of this?
Oh my
Weiss,
gosh.
you can't be serious.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just really tired and I really hate this place.
This is having the vibes
Anything
of
in
a
there?
horror episode.
More alcohol. At least we'll never have problems starting a fire.
What's that?
Molotov. Oh no. Oh no.
A
It's-
wine cellar? Great.
What?
Oh my
What is
gosh.
it?
Oh, thank goodness. It's Three Bros Beans.
Cans, food. Oh, trust me. You put enough salt on anything and it will taste just fine.
Well,
She's
I
a
guess
salty
it's better
girl.
than nothing.
Man, for a moment, it sounded like they were kind of priming us
But I
up
still
for
seriously hate this place.
a jump scare, but they faked us out. Ah! There it is! Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay. This episode... Okay, this concept art gives a totally different look to what I was saying the farm looked like. Like, it looks more tattered in the concept art. I was thinking it was more, like, freshly abandoned, I guess. Oh, man. From the beginning of this episode, after the Cinder part, this was very much given, like, horror movie vibe, but it wasn't so much, like, jump scare and all that, although they kind of faked us out there. It felt like they were really trying to frame it and prime us for like, you should feel scared, something scary is gonna happen. Oh, beans! Like, that was very good, and I applaud you guys on that. But this episode, oh my gosh. So there's something going on, and I want to say it might be whatever is inside that cellar, I want to say. What do you call a basement that's in a basement? Like, it's... I want to say that's the cause. And basically, the family captured whatever it is. I'm guessing it's a Grimm. A Grimm with a very peculiar ability. And they stored it away because they can't kill it or whatever. Or maybe it was a family member. I don't know. And then they all went to sleep and died. But I'm not the only one thinking of Serenity watching this episode and just everyone dying in their sleep. Am I? Because in Serenity, they came up with, like, they were coming up with some sort of treatment to, like, stop war and, like, stop aggression. But basically it backfired and it made people relax too much, where they didn't want to do anything, and they basically relaxed to the point of just not breathing, and they died in their sleep or at work. Like, they pretty much just died where they were. And then there were some people who had a major side effect and became the Reavers in that show, which are a bunch of psychopathic people that you did not want to see in a show. So I kind of wonder if we're having a bit of a Serenity situation here at Brunswick Farms. And also, for those who don't know, my dad's side of the family, they're a bunch of dairy farmers. So me seeing all of this, I was like, hey, it's the farm back in Genola. Like, hey. And like seeing the tractor and like the little trailer, I'm like, oh yeah, Genola Days. Genola Days, they do like a little parade and they pull trailers on the tractors and all that. So I'm like, hey, I know that stuff. Like the storage facility and everything just looks familiar and remind me of little parts of the farm. And also, like, apparently my grandpa was pretty well off back in the 60s and 70s and so on. Which, you know, I'm guessing this is more of like the old style farming where farmers were pretty well off money-wise. Like, they got a big house, they have a few houses for the family to live on, they got a lot of facilities for their animals or their crops and all that. So it's like, yeah, this was a well-off farming family, and they just went up and died. Like, so eerie. And like, they're doing the horror movie vibe of where some people are low-key starting to panic and feel uneasy, and it starts kind of dividing the party up. Crow was like, hey, party system, you know, guys, hey, I'm gonna go bury bodies, you know. And actually, I don't think he went to bury the bodies. He just went to see if the situation was the same in all the houses. But, you know, like with Yang and Weiss both were like, my head, I feel tired. And I'm like, oh dear, they're gonna be the first victims. They're not gonna die, but they're like the first victims of what's going on here. And I'm just, you can't do this to my girls, please. And like, just bless RWBY and Blake for like trying to be helpful. Like Blake giving Weiss the blanket, and like RWBY trying to like talk to Weiss and be like, oh, it's okay, like, you know, things will be good, and, you know, like, yeah, we gotta go to Atlas, like, that kind of sucks for you, but like, hey, let's go find some food, like, that'll make you feel better. And then also Blake just trying to, like, I don't know, it's really hard to say the right thing to someone that you've hurt, and Blake was doing so well until the end there. Because we know Yang has said she doesn't want to feel like a burden, and she's very much of a I want to do this myself type of person, personality-wise. And so Blake saying, I'll protect you, is not exactly what she should have said. And I'm like, I get what you mean, Blake. Like, you want to protect her, like, I would too, but, like, that's not the thing you say. No, it's like, stop telling the team apart. Hashtag let Blake do nice things. Man. And okay, and we'll talk about the Neo in the room. That was a great reveal. Holy cow, she looks stunning. And apparently I'm blind because I never realized that Neo wore green eyeshadow? Yeah, green eyeshadow. Like, I guess I never paid too much attention to Neo's design until this episode, and I loved the fighting. They still kept Neo's style so well. Because Neo, like, she always, like, danced around Yang, kind of, so to say, and, like, always took, like, people's momentum and used it to her advantage. And she did that still in this episode. I'm like, oh my gosh, they did Neo, and they did Neo great. Like, it was amazing. Like, especially when Cinder grabbed Neo and just flung her, and how she just spun with the momentum and landed. I was like, that is exactly how she would have done it. Like, oh my gosh, like, it was great. The choreography was great, and like, they used the environment. Like, they threw the dishes at each other, they jumped up on the counter, they dodged behind tables. Like, oh my gosh, this volume is amazing. Like, thank you so much, Rooster Teeth. Like, that fight, oh boy. Although, you took my Neo theory and you flipped it on its head. I'm not disappointed. So back in Volume 4, I had a theory about Neo. Obviously, she was not in Volumes 4 or 5, but my theory was, after the events of Volume 3, you know, she finds out that Roman is dead, hence her having the hat, and she goes after Team Ranger, or more specifically Ruby Rose, because, you know, like, Ruby was the last person she saw Roman with, so, and they were fighting, so she's like, oh, she killed Roman, so she'd go after Ruby, and then in the conflict fighting Ruby and Team Ranger, Ruby would be like, I didn't kill Roman, he was killed by a Grimm, like, I had nothing to do with that. If anything, you should blame the people you're working with, because they're the ones that brought all the Grimm, and then Neo would have gone after Cinder, and then had, like, a big fight with Cinder, and not necessarily be a good guy, but more of, like, maybe an anti-hero character, or more like a, I'm gonna help take out Cinder, and then I'm just gonna be out of the series, or they'll find something else for her to do. They took that and they flipped it on its head. She was going after Cinder, and Cinder used what I was gonna say for Ruby, and used it to say, no, blame Ruby. Ruby's the reason why Torchwick is dead, not me. And I'm like, gosh dang it. Like, that is... I was so close on that. Although, technically, and I don't know if this would be a good move, if Cinder and Neo caught up with Team Ruby, and then Ruby was like, no, like, the Grimm killed Roman, and, like, did what I said in the original theory, I don't think that would work very well writing-wise to have that basically happen twice with Neo, and Neo just being like, oh, okay, I'll go back to fighting Cinder again. I don't think that's gonna happen. Although, if it does, I would technically be right, but I don't know if I want to be right in that scenario. Guys, holy cow, this episode, I'm excited. Also, Maria, how is she the most calm character in this show? Like, no one has kept her cool better than Maria in any of the volumes. Maria's like, oh, genie from a lamp? Cool. Oh, there's two gods, and we're stuck in this worldwide conflict that humanity might be destroyed in, and the person we're fighting can't die? Okay, cool. Oh, we're in a house where we just found dead bodies? I'm just gonna grab a book and sit by the fire. Like... Maria, what have you seen in your life to just not be flinching at any of this? Like, what is going on? What do you know that we don't? Like, I need your answers, Maria. Teach me how to be calm. Get rid of my anxiety, please. This, and them being back in the cellar with all of the wine and alcohol, I was surprised, like, at first when Ruby was like, I think we should keep this room closed, I was thinking like, oh yeah, at my grandparents' basement by the farm, I didn't like being in that basement when it was dark and when it was cold. Like, I was like, no, that's a little scary. And, you know, sometimes you find a mouse, live or dead, in there. And so it's like, yeah, I totally know that feeling, but she was thinking about Crow, and I'm like, Ruby, you're too pure. Too pure, girl. Like, she's so pure. Protect her. Like, she's just thinking about everyone else, and she's just, like, keeping it together, but you can tell that she's uneasy as well, especially, like, oh, yeah, my uncle, he's not doing too well, like, let's try to keep him from, like, falling down this pit known as alcoholism, and, like, not let him know that all of this is here, because we saw how he was with that flask. He got super friendly with it super fast last episode. Gosh. guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, apologies for Chapter 4's reaction being a little slow. If you haven't watched that one, go back and watch that one. And I will boop you next time. Oh, and please like and subscribe and hit the bell. Watch Final Cast. And now I'll boop you next time. Boop.